Because clearly TV works, right? You guys have proven that you have do this for dozens and dozens and dozens of clients. But what are some of the big misconceptions about TV for someone who's listening, or like, oh, that's not going to work for me, or that's not going to be good in my area? Like, what are some of the common things that you hear all the time that are just absolute nonsense?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think so here's the great thing is TV is not very competitive, and a lot
Hmm.
of it has to do with misconceptions of commercials and
Yeah.
what people think about it. So a lot of people think TV is too expensive, right?
Hmm.
That you have to spend tens of thousands of dollars a month to be on TV, and that's not the case. For as little as $5,000 in most markets,
Hmm.
a lot of markets you can get hundreds of commercials a month. A lot of people think their business isn't big enough, right? So, like I said, if you're an experienced investor doing a lot of deals a month, it makes a lot of sense. If you're a new investor, it may not make quite as much sense, but it can work for you.
Hmm.
Um, oh gosh, what are the other misconceptions? Too expensive. Your business is not big enough. Um, I think for people that don't want to be in the commercial, I think
Yeah.
the fact that they are not fit for TV, right?
Yeah.
So we've had some clients that are like, "Man, I just would not be good on TV."
That's what I
And
tell
I'm
people. I have a face for radio. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, "You know what? You're gonna be fine." So we've shot the commercials with them. We have a great video editor and can do wonders. So I shot a commercial one time with this guy and he had a lot of trouble. We had to do a lot of takes just because he
yeah,
was
like one sentence at a
very
time.
oh man, he was not very confident. He was
Yeah.
not very polished. I had to just pull it out of him. And so we got some takes and the commercial actually turned out really well. And
Yeah.
he actually at that time when we launched him was one of our best clients that we launched
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
And I think part of it had to do with it wasn't super polished. Like it was just
Right.
polished enough that it was good enough to be on TV, but you could tell it was a
It was
real
real.
it was a real person. And
Yeah.
people want to do business with people, not just companies, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the pieces of our formula that we got right in the beginning when I started was putting me
Mhm.
in the commercial as the owner.
Yeah.
And then we've also tested like husband and wife and families and all those different dynamics. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have some data based on that as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think those are the big things. And then I think the other thing is if nobody has heard me or anybody really talk about TV much, they
Mhm.
probably don't think it's good for real estate investing, right? So like even when Chad, who I met in 2012,
Yeah.
he was like, I think your business might be good for this. I don't know if it
Mhm.
is or not.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it would be or not. And then we just absolutely crushed it out of the gate. So it's great that there are a lot of misconceptions because there's not a lot of people on TV. I mean, in
Right.
Chattanooga, you've probably seen maybe one or two other investors on TV.
Max. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. One guy I know that runs it relatively consistently, and I haven't seen them very much. And then those couple of times I saw your commercial.
yeah, exactly. So there are a lot of misconceptions, which makes it a very good,
Mhm.
lead channel. Because think about it, a lot of people know cold calling and texting is a
Yeah.
good platform.
Yeah.
Postcards are good, and so someone can listen to a podcast and literally the next day buy a software, buy a list, and all of a sudden, or hire a company, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're blasting out, messages on these lists. Whereas with TV, you're only competing with maybe one or two other people. And if you
Yeah.
do the math on it, even if you have five other people running TV in your market, that's one out of every 100,000 people in that market.
Right.
And so it's just crazy to me that anybody who is investing in real estate, who has heard me talk about TV commercials and how inexpensive it is and how good it is,
Yeah.
hasn't at least explored the opportunity and hasn't actually jumped on the opportunity to be on TV because it's changed the game for me, and I've just seen so many other real estate investors it's changed the
Yeah.
game for. I mean, we have 115 real estate investors that are running TV with us. And if I just look down the list of all the people, I can just see how much it's impacted them. Like
Yeah.
the credibility, we had one guy up in I'm not going to say his market because it's a really small market, but up north in a small
Mhm.
market that not many people, that I think he's the only one running TV in that market. We we easily doubled his business. He was doing like 2 deals a month. So
Yeah.
he was comfortable. He was, one man show, not a lot of overhead.
Right.
And he's like, I do at least 5 deals a month now. And it's pretty
No
much
kidding.
most of it's because of TV. So I
Amazing.
just love seeing those success stories, and I love helping other people. And I love, and one other thing I'll say about that is like, I don't know if I would be in business or at least be nearly where I am now without TV, because a lot of other marketing methods have come and gone, right? So phone book went away,
Right.
postcards are so up and down. Like we're even still back and forth on postcards.
Mhm.
1 year they'll do a great ROI, the next it'll just tank, and it's just kind of weird how that works. But
Yeah.
TV by far has been the most consistent. And again, I don't know if I would still be investing in real estate if it weren't for that, because we've had a lot of rocky times over the last
Sure.
12, 13 years trying to figure out how to get leads from other people, because it's
Right.
just become very competitive.